Alright, welcome back everyone, Zafir. We have two brand new codes you should be using. They're down below in the comment box, so make sure go to the pinned message and redeem them. Here are the two codes here. They do expire, so make sure you use them now rather than waiting. That is exactly why you subscribe to the channel and drop a like, so you never miss out on any of these codes. I make sure to update every single one of you, because free rewards are free and you do not ever want to miss out. Now, speaking of miss out, a few reminders I do want to put in this video, because if you miss out on these, well, you're losing more than just a few codes with rewards, so make sure to listen up, that way you do not mess up. So, before we start though, I do want to remind you, very important, that the supporter program is ending very soon, meaning these codes right here will expire. That means I can't send them out anymore, so this is pretty much your last chance in the coming days to support us. The link is down below. If you support, I'm able to send you 1, 2, 3 codes so far, with another code coming out very soon, so just support, don't think. Once you do, after about a day, codes will be sent to your My Page section up top. You go there, scroll down to receive benefits, and this is where your codes will go. So support, and I'll make sure you get all these juicy awards. And finally, I do want to give a big shout out to Vasan. We also have Raju, and also lastly, Morta Burrito. From any first commenters on the last few videos, here are all your shoutouts, and enjoy those juicy Season 6 exclusive Discord roles. Now, as we jump back into the game, a few reminders. First off, when it comes to your custom draws, make sure you save them if you want Isla. She's going to be added in the custom draws in about 3 days, so you do want to wait. She's a very good and capable unit. That way when she pops in, you can do your summons and have a chance at pulling her. It's up to you if you want to include her in your custom draw, but at least when it comes to the 50-50 losses, meaning if you don't get someone on your selection list, you'll get one of these random SSRs here. She will be included in that list, so pretty good. You do always want to wait for the previous rated banner to jump in here before doing your custom draws. That's my recommendation. And another recommendation I always make, always, regardless of what info we have, any leaks, any quote-unquote assumptions, always save your runes and your blessing stone powders, because we never know before an update whether or not new runes or blessing stones are going to come out. Generally speaking, for every update, we do see something new popping in, so that's why I do strongly recommend just wait 3 more days for fusing anything. Does not matter what info we have right now, just save and wait. 3 days, you can do it. As you can see in my case, I am saving these up. Well, actually, the only reason why I'm saving them up is because if we go to Sung Jinwoo, if we go to my blessing stones, I have literally everything, which is shocking. What kind of a whale activity am I performing on my account? Disgusting. We're missing this one, but we don't use that, obviously. And when it comes to our defensive ones, everything unlocked. Wow. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I wonder if we're going to get one of our new defensive blessing stones. That'd be interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it's going to come eventually. And if we hop into this right here, Battlefield Trials, make sure to please do these as well. This is ending in 3 days, so you'll be missing out on mana power extracts if you don't, for both Jinwoo side and the Hunter side. So there's 2 you have to complete. Obviously, these are generally not the easiest, even though the power requirement is low. You might find yourselves having difficulties. Just make sure to match the element. Right now, Thomas Andre, the Hunter side should be pretty easy. I'm pretty sure I did all of these on auto when I had them to like A5 or something, so should be fairly doable. So if we get those completed as well, and as a reminder, don't forget, we have a few events ending. The most important one being, I guess daily missions is pretty important, the free SSR. But what's really important is 1, treasure hunt event, make sure to complete these and use the resources. But the Thomas Andre Lucky Capsule event is ending. I always recommend to every single person out there, if you, let's say, are closing into the event period, that means the event period is ending, and you jump into your inventory and you see, if I can find it here, I can never find these. If you find that this material here is close to 100, I always recommend jump in, go to your draws, and do some rate up summons. Regardless if you desperately need the hunter or not, getting a free weapon is vital, regardless if you're pay to win or free to play. And I mean, come on, even if in those like 10-20 summons you pull an SSR, it'll be Thomas Andre, win-win. Let's say you need go, I recommend jumping into here, doing like a 10 draw, 20 draw, getting more of these materials. That way you get a free weapon. It is the biggest waste imaginable. If you don't get this to 100, if you're at, let's say, 85, especially like 90, 95, you're crazy if you don't do that. So please make sure, keep that in mind. Otherwise, you're really doing your account a disservice. Make sure you do it, because getting a free weapon is huge for any account, pay to win, free to play, whatever you are. 4,000 diamonds worth of materials if you want to put into pay to win terms, so please make sure you do that. And also when it comes to shadows, remember, do save your traces. Bureau is coming out, and we don't know what their shadow authority might be. I made a joke on our previous video. I said, well, you know what? Maybe they're gonna have like a double shadow authority because they're just so OP, and who knows, maybe that's the case. My guesses would probably be damage increase, but it would have to be a substantial amount to make shadows like the big rock not worth it to use. 11% for basic skills is pretty darn good. And then we have someone like Icarus, 7% crit rate, very good as well. So Bureau would have to have something phenomenal, or their passive skill would have to be very good. Something like, I don't know, maybe more defense reduction, maybe an even higher damage increase amount. The problem is we already have so many shadows, so maybe an attack increase bonus, but the Shadow's authority, that's up in the air. If we go to, let's say, Saint Jinwoo and we look at our stats, it would probably be something like damage increase, hopefully not defense pen. We don't really need too much for that. Maybe precision. Precision would be a pretty good stat. It would have to be in a very large quantity though, so we'll have to see. Cooldown reduction, do we already have that? I don't think we do, so maybe cooldown. That would be a pretty decent one as well, honestly speaking. We do need a lot of cooldown, and if we get cooldown, we won't have to put stats in intelligence, we can put into strength, so pretty useful there. I could see it happening. Maybe like a pretty new effect that's, I don't know, like a random RNG element where a skill you have will reset once you use it. That would be too OP if you ask me. Imagine, we use magnifying slashes and boom, instantly reset. Our damage would skyrocket. So I don't see the devs doing that if they are. I mean, yeesh, that's gonna be meta defining for sure. And as a reminder, a lot of shop items are ending too, especially these ones here. Let me show you. If you're a new player and you're pay to win, okay, if you're pay to win, if you go to the missions tab, as you can see, these are expiring. So 3 days left. Even if you haven't done the story, which is fairly easy now, so you probably have been, and this isn't really a useful tip, but if you haven't done the story, you haven't reached that mark, you can still buy these and get these rewards once these packages do refresh. So just so you know, that is an option out there. A lot of people don't know that it's happened before. I believe those are the only packages resetting, but we do have all these other packages here if you want to get them, of course. These ones are expiring, these ones are. The value here is okay. I mean, if you really want the staff, but when it comes to getting these pieces right here, the marks of time, very good value. Same with traces, not too bad at all, 50 traces, so keep those two packages in mind. This one's okay. We get some mana power extracts, so pretty useful overall. Relay packages, these should be staying. Winter Parade, these are pretty good if you like gambling, otherwise don't get it, not worth it. And that should be everything important expiring. We should get brand new winter packages coming, and those will always, always be juicy. And special summons, don't forget to do yours. I didn't get anything too good. Actually, I got this here. I got Yunho and Woo. You know what? Let me just confirm it. Why not? I actually do need both of them. Odds are I'm not going to get SSRs I need from these because, unfortunately, or fortunately, my account is basically, more or less maxed out. Boom. 2 SSRs, I'll take those. As you can see, if I go to my Hunters page, wrong tab, Hunters page, I do need both Woo. There we go. A10 Woo. Who would have thought, based on all my Woo hate, that I would have him all the way to A10? What a shocker. And then we have Yunho all the way to A4 now. Not too bad, I'll take it. So getting these Hunters up, Yunho becoming meta in the guild boss, which is a shocker to me, but I guess you never know which Hunters can pop up and be good based on buffs we receive, and based on general meta shifts, any Hunter can become OP. And whoa, A10, 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 A7. All my supports are always not, okay, minus hand semi. All my supports generally aren't A10 because I don't get them to A10. I get them to A5 when they're released. So Gina A5. I guess is Sword 2. I skipped his banner when I was an early player because I wasn't pay to win back then. I only became pay to win for the community. This is our account. This isn't my account. I consider this our account because I would not be at this stage if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Enjoy the codes. Be sure to support as well. That way you get all those juicy words sent directly to you. But yeah, That's all I had for you today. I think I covered everything important when it comes to the 4 update, task lists or things to do or to not to do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. That's all I have for you today. This is your Code King Zaf, signing out.